Designs by Ardina, preserving heritage and building legacies through art. Turn your favorite photos into personalized, one-of-a-kind, customized artwork. Designs by Ardina offers innovative and creative options for printing on aluminum, acrylic, canvas, with custom framing and matting services available upon request. Designs by Ardina also offers photo restoration, portrait art, digital photo albums, and even basic business printing services. For more information and a customized quote, visit www.designsbyardina.com. That's www.designsbyardina.com. Or call 323-455-1251. That's 323-455-1251. Designs by Ardina, proud sponsors of LA Talk Live and the Talk Live Broadcast Network.
We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a very special presentation of Speak On It with our featured host sponsor tonight. The very beautiful, the very lovely, the very talented Miss Ardina Brooks joins us on a very special episode of Speak On It here. We're normally on Fridays at 6 p.m. as you know, but this is one of our sponsors, and I wanted to take the time out to give her a very special spotlight. So she has so graciously and generously adorned our studio with all of the amazing work that she creates as a part of her business. It is our official sponsors, Designs by Ardina. Welcome, Ardina Brooks, to the show, please.
Thank you.
Don't be nervous now. You know, we talked about this. We said it was just going to be purely conversational. All right. So, again, this is a very special presentation, and we wanted to spotlight your business first and foremost and your amazing services that you offer. But as you know, offline, we talked about the fact that I wanted to talk to you a little bit about yourself and how you got involved with becoming an entrepreneur. Let's start with that, because that's the most intriguing question to me.
Okay, well, I became an entrepreneur because I was actually laid off from my job.
Sounds familiar.
And I went back to school and got a degree in graphic design. And that's when I began to pursue the field of graphic design.
Want to give your school a shout out? Yeah,
yes, that was the Art Institute of Los Angeles.
Interesting. I knew this would be an interesting show. You know, we're doing this completely impromptu. There is no script. We're just doing this right from off the dome, as they say. And one of the things that connected me to you when I first met you through our sales consultant, Ilya Daly, is there was something about you that I felt tied to. And as we talked offline one day when you came by to monitor and audit one of our other shows, that's Starlet Quarles, The Dialogue, I found out even more about you. Right. But that you got laid off, me too, and started a business.
Right.
Probably 2009-ish?
That was actually 2000.
Whoa!
When I got laid off.
Okay.
And I went back to school, finished 2002. It's
okay.
A 2-year program.
So I'll at least give you a 2 out of 3 hit.
Okay.
The third one being that you went to Art Institute. And for about 5 years, I dated an artist in Philadelphia who went to the Philadelphia Art Institute, who's also a graduate of Moore. And after Moore, she went on to do some after-grad studies, of all places, Art Institute of Philadelphia, and became an instructor there, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
So I knew we had connections, and as we drill deeper, I'm sure we'll find more.
Right.
All right, so you get laid off in 2000, you graduate from school in 2002.
Right.
That still is not enough to make you want to go out and challenge the tough road of working for oneself, a.k.a. entrepreneurship.
Well,
What is your inspiration?
Twofold. My husband at the time was very ill, and he wasn't able to work. So I had to get out
That's
there.
compelling, though.
Yeah,
That's a very
I had to
compelling
get out
story in
there.
and of itself.
And I actually was his caretaker, but he was very encouraging. He knew I already had the art talent, from a little girl. So when I got laid off, I was doing accounting. It was very boring.
All technical stuff. That's interesting.
It was boring. And I mean, this was such a blessing when I did get laid off. At the time, it didn't seem like a blessing. But it allowed me, like I said, to go back to school and actually pursue a form of art, which was graphic design. So I think that was probably my biggest motivation was, I had 3 kids, and I had to keep things going. So I freelanced for about 3 years.
As a graphic artist?
As a graphic artist.
Wow.
Yes. Then I also began working, well, not working, but my client was Crenshaw Christian Center, and that was my biggest client. And I actually was hired by them after 3 years to be their head graphic designer.
Wow. All right, so I shot 2 out of 3 last time. I'm going to go for 4.
Okay.
Would you happen to be a Libra?
I am not.
Okay.
I'm an Aries.
So I'm 2 out of 2. I'm still batting 500. I'm 50%. And then I know that I'm going to at least get back to 3 out of 5 with this one, and that is I'm a closet artist.
Okay.
And as you begin to talk about your interest in art, it dates back way before you got laid off, obviously,
Yes.
as a child.
Yes.
I was going to call you a repressed artist. As this began to come out of my mouth as we speaking right now, I begin to realize, well, how less repressed were you? And that, I started dabbling with art way later in life, and mostly from a manly perspective of repurposing things,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So I would find different medium. Okay, so I'm going, I think what am I, 6? I'm 4 for 6 now. I'd find different medium to paint things on.
Okay. Okay.
Because I even though I dated that artist, I knew how expensive blank canvases were.
Right.
And then you got a jet soda canvas, if you don't buy them pre-jet soda, so that's even more.
Right.
And then you've got to get the paints. And so I started looking at that as a pretty involved investment and figured, I'd do something else with that money.
Okay.
But I guess to some degree, we're both, me more so now, I feel, a repressed artist because
Okay.
I have art in me and I see art everywhere and I so appreciate art when I see it, be it photographic or portrait or, painted art.
Right.
Certainly big ups to Kim Lyles out of Philadelphia, instructor with Art Institute of Philadelphia. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention her name. The young lady I dated for 5 years taught me a deeper appreciation for art. But I'm not a painter.
Right.
I just dabble and repurpose stuff, things like that. Going back to your story, though, you go back as a child as an artist. Is that
Right.
what I'm hearing here?
Yes, absolutely.
Let's talk a little bit about that.
I actually started drawing as far back as I can remember.
And
in
sketching?
elementary school, sketching.
Charcoals, pencil, what?
Mostly pencil.
Wow.
Yeah, mostly pencil. I would doodle in school.
Okay.
I would get bored, and that was one way I knew I was bored. I would just doodle and start drawing. And that, like I said, was elementary school through junior high. High school is when I really found out I was pretty serious about art.
And that you may have some talent and
and-
possibly a future.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so, and then I also took a few classes when I was in college, when I first went to college from high school.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, I was, and then I also had an aunt, which is my mother's sister, that was an artist. So I believe I kind of had some, when you say some assistance, some encouragement from her at a young age as well. So that's kind of my story from a young age.
At some point, I think it would be safe for me to say that you had to leave behind any true passions or pursuits you had for art to pursue a professional career.
Right, I did.
Accounting
I did.
certainly is a very serious one, and one that is most far removed from the notion of art. But what do I know? I'm a repressed artist. Stop calling myself a closet artist. Because as soon as I say closet, I'm worried. First thing I'm thinking is like, not like that. Let me finish what I was saying. Artist, that is. Artist. But I'm going to start calling myself a repressed artist, but I guess at some point, because I know a little bit about you, you had to kind of repress your artistic pursuits.
Right.
Would that be accurate?
Yes, absolutely. I would have to say that my father
Duty calls.
was maybe not so supportive. For
Can
me
we
to
give
be,
Dad a
to
shout
be
out
an
even
artist.
still? Might be still mad at him, but I'm just saying, let's give Dad a shout out.
No, I mean I love him and I understood where he's coming
Right.
from.
Let's give him a shout out, though. Can we give him a shout out?
my dad's passed.
That's okay.
It's
Give him a
passed.
shout
Okay,
out.
well that's George Barnes.
You can hear us anywhere in the world and in the afterlife. All you need is an
Okay.
internet connection.
That's true.
But he's
That's
here
true.
spiritually, so you know that.
Right.
Of course.
So from high school, I went to college, and I actually pursued computer science management.
Oh, my God. See,
First.
yeah.
Yeah,
The antithesis of art.
right. Because he wanted me to pursue a business career. Back during that time, it was important for black people to get a good job, and that was the mentality. I was also a singer, and he definitely didn't want me out there singing, even though I sang anyway in the clubs. So I went to school and then sang at night.
And I'm sure to an extreme degree, he felt, look, I got me a pretty young daughter here. I'm not going to have her getting scooped up by some ne'er-do-well.
Oh, yeah.
Let me make sure she's got a solid backbone and foundation in
Right.
her life,
Yeah.
so she don't have to, forgive me, brothers, rely on no man
Right,
for her own
exactly.
survival. And that's such a
Absolutely.
valuable
Yeah.
thing about dads. And you know what's interesting, I mean, this is a complete sidebar to our discussion tonight. It's interesting when I hear women, black women in particular, talk about a relationship with their fathers. You know, stern, you know, surly, disconnected, though he may or may not have been, but having that, you know,
Yeah.
that good old dad at home really makes a difference. I had mine as well.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know,
yeah. He was definitely a disciplinarian.
Good old days of good, strong families. Anyway,
Yes.
so he repressed all of your artistic pursuits.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
Yeah. Well, I would definitely have to say it's on me, even
Right.
though I did listen to him. You know, but I mean,
Wisely so, right?
Yeah, and I did, and I'm glad I did because it's all come together with computer science management. Then I went and took accounting. About 15 years later.
You just did that for the work. I already know. Come on now.
Yeah, I did. I was
You were just young
trying
and
to make
needed a
more money.
job. That's all that was. I was young and needed the money. I get
Yes,
it.
absolutely.
Me too.
Yeah.
'Cause-
So, yeah.
Go ahead. You finished though.
No, so I was just saying. So the computer science, in conjunction with accounting, and then going back for graphic design, I needed all three of them to start my business.
It all fit into place.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ironically, I spent my background in computers as well.
Okay.
But remembering I'm a repressed artist. I'm going to start saying that. You know, we've got Ecor the Wolf in the house. He's one of our executive producers. He knows I'm always out in the streets acting the fool, and they can't take me nowhere anymore, it seems, without me embarrassing them. Just depends on the night and how much fun I've had and how busy the week's been. But that said, I always say, hey, I'm a closet comedian, and I'm a closet artist, and I told him I'm gonna stop saying closet. You know, I'm gonna start saying repress. I'm a repressed comedian now. No more. I'm out the closet. I'm
Out the
repressed.
closet, though.
But I spent the bulk of my professional background in computers, since I won't date myself, and then worked in, believe it or not, what might be called, or at least nowadays is called library sciences. I actually worked in an archives at the American College of Physicians back in Philadelphia, which is a medical membership organization like the AMA, but for subspecialists. So your cardiologist, your urologist, your subspecialties of medicine, you know, because medicine changed. It went from general practitioner, and then they had to, you know, once they figured out how to make more money out of you once you got sick, they started sending you to different specialists just so everybody can get a little money down. It's almost like Amway. It's downline doctors nowadays. But anyway, so I worked there in one of the most boring professions one would imagine, just organizing and or let's just say organizing medical publications and journals and stuff like that. But it was an offshoot of my background in computers.
Okay.
So again, well, now I think I'm at 7. I'm 5 for 7 because we've got that similar background.
All right.
Are you still
Right.
married? Might have a love connection. I'm only playing. It's a thin line between love and a lawsuit, I always say. Only a joke. We're talking to the very lovely Ardina Brooks tonight. She is an official sponsor for LA Talk Live. And in fact, the founder and, should I say proprietor? Do you say that nowadays? Or are you the CEO or
Sole proprietor, the owner and
CFO?
founder, and the boss.
The boss of Designs by Ardina. We've been spotlighting her work quite frequently here. In fact, in regular rotation on all of our shows. I hope you've had a chance to visit her site. If you have not, we're going to be giving out information about that, phone number, all that good stuff. You know, I figured we would do 3 segments each, or 4 segments each. One to talk a little bit about yourself, and I said this is not going to take that long. I'll probably get 10 minutes per segment in 30 minutes they'll be done. But this might drag on for the whole hour because I'm really enjoying the conversation.
Great.
We're going to go to a break. I'm going to play a little music, but I would like to at least give you the opportunity. Is there anything else you would say about your background and where you are today as an entrepreneur to other young women out there who have, in fact, found themselves in your position, having been laid off, maybe had to go back to school, but in some way needed to reinvent themselves as entrepreneurs? What would you say inspirationally, taking us to the break?
Oh, yeah, definitely to never give up. Never give up on their dreams. God puts that in you, and that's usually a part of your purpose. So I would just say never give up.
Purpose. You just opened up a whole nother can of conversation with that one, but we'll leave that off for now. We've got callers getting anxious, wanting to join us on the line. I don't even know who they are, but we'll pick up those calls after the break. Callers, we see you. Just hang on the line. We'll be right back. Very special edition of Speak On It tonight with our official sponsor of LA Talk Live, the lovely Ardina Brooks of Designs by Ardina. Go to her website, www.designsbyardina.com. Our official sponsor. You know you've got a picture out there of your mom and them, your little nephew with a baseball bat, or you know your little niece with a basketball, or something unique that you want to memorialize permanently. We talked about the different mediums and what I found enjoying art through, and that is different mediums. Well, Ardina, when we come back, is going to talk about her business and all the different types of ways you can memorialize your favorite pictures and photographs through her services, Designs by Ardina. Don't go away. We'll be back right after this. LA Talk Live, world leader in internet broadcast.
This sounds best, 'cause it means happiness for you. There is so much in life for you to feel. Unfound in white, red or yellow pills. A mind excursion can be such a thrill. You please satisfy. Take the chance and ride the bird of beauty of the sky.
We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
What would your life be like if you needed blood transfusions every 2 or 3 weeks just to survive, and if you had to worry about all the iron from that blood making your heart and liver shut down? That's just what life is like for a person with thalassemia. If 2 people who each carry the trait for thalassemia have a child, there's a 25% chance with each pregnancy that the child will have thalassemia. For more information, visit the Cooley's Anemia Foundation at www.thalassemia.org. That's THALASSEMIA, or call 212-279-8090.
Exactly 25 years ago, the United States welcomed 54 million individuals with disabilities into the workforce. And today, even more opportunities exist.
Hi, my name is Dan Jamal Cooper, and I specialize in job placement for individuals with disabilities. I advise on laws, employee rights, and regulations for disabled workers. Meet Rick and Amber Boggs, a visually impaired couple who don't allow their disability to overcome their drive to create jobs for the community.
Dan Juma has been an integral part of our business success, and I believe he is an asset to any business or individual.
Together, we can empower your community and enrich your business. So remember, when it comes to making your business work, make the change today. The Disability Awareness Experts.
Designs by Ardina, preserving heritage and building legacies through art. Turn your favorite photos into personalized, one-of-a-kind, customized artwork. Designs by Ardina offers innovative and creative options for printing on aluminum, acrylic, canvas, with custom framing and matting services available upon request. Designs by Ardina also offers photo restoration, portrait art, digital photo albums, and even basic business printing services. For more information and a customized quote, visit www.designsbyardina.com. That's www.designsbyardina.com. Or call 323-455-1251. That's 323-455-1251. Designs by Ardina, proud sponsors of LA Talk Live and the Talk Live Broadcast Network. And we're back, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to a very special edition, a Monday night edition of Speak On It, Say It, Own It, Believe It, with yours truly, Richard Carr, as we are in a very special presentation to honor and welcome and also spotlight one of our newest sponsors, the founder, CEO, and the do-it-all of Designs by Ardina. We've got the lovely Ardina Brooks in the studio. Let me give you a rousing round of applause. So, before the break, we talked a little bit about your background, and coming back from the break, first of all, in the background, a little Frankie Beverly and Mays, Lady of Magic, indeed. Let's acknowledge that. But right before we came back, before the Frankie Beverly there, we played your commercial, and again, having met you and finding out that you're more than just a graphic artist, and it's interesting to me that you found these other mediums to use to express art. Mm-hmm. Now, the table that I'm sitting at is one of my pieces. And what this is a hollow core door that I use as a desk. You'll see it later. Okay. Yeah. And I had this really long couch in the house and this big, long, empty wall. Mm-hmm. And I said, I need to cover that with something. So my first attempt wasn't wide enough. And I used, a different medium, but the same paint colors. And then after I moved one of the desks out of the office, which again, is just a hollow core door. You buy them from IKEA, not IKEA, but a Home Depot for about $19. I said, well, you know what, man, maybe I could use that because I'm not using it as a tabletop anymore. And I couldn't hide it anywhere in the house. I didn't have a garage or a basement. It just stuck out everywhere I put it. I'm like, you know what? Let me go ahead and get some of that black paint and some red paint. And believe it or not, the only thing I had was a roller and a toothbrush. So, you might want to step around here because I just did it to repurpose this tabletop because it was wide enough to fill up the length of the couch.
Right.
And before I knew it, a certified artist friend of mine, his name is Emmy Lou. Shouts to Emmy Lou in Beverly Hills, Emmy Lou Galleries. You know Emmy Lou.
I know Emmy, yes.
Been knowing Emmy for years. Emmy been knowing me for years. He walks in my place one day and says, so Richard, where did you buy that? Home Depot, $19.99 and about $20 in paint. No, for real. Where did you buy that? How much did you pay for that? I'm like, you got to be kidding. I'm like, Emmy, you think I'm like, dude, I just took a toothbrush and some red and black paint. But apparently, I have a little bit of skills. This radio thing don't work out for me. You never know. I could be a Basquiat. I could be a repressed Basquiat or something. Too old for Basquiat. Anyway, that said, you use other mediums other than just canvas, which can be, so redundant and boring. And in your commercial, someone talks about aluminum and wood and all these other surfaces.
Right.
Speak to that because you brought some of this incredible artwork with you today.
Yes, the photographic art can be printed on what's called aluminum, metal, and also acrylic. Acrylic looks like glass. It's not glass. It's a thick plastic. Kind of gives it a 3D look. And then on canvas, like you already mentioned.
The beauty of these kind of experiences for me, in my new life as a broadcaster is what I learned from the people who grace our studios. Okay. And even though I've heard that commercial, when you said acrylic, having had some, I guess, vague sense of what that might look like, I'm thinking the paint, and you're speaking the medium.
Right. Right.
So now I'm going to be spending some money with you because I want that banner on acrylic.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
Yeah.
we have Ecor the Wolf who's helping us out in the studio tonight. And would you like to model that for us there, Ecor the Wolf? You could bring it right here between these two lovely young ladies. And you're too tall, so you got to step down and turn it towards that way a little bit. That's Ecor the Wolf, one of our executive producers here.
This actually looks like a postage stamp.
It does.
It's amazing. Yeah. You should get on that mic and say that. Yeah.
This particular Ardina portrait picture here,
is beautiful.
art design here, it actually looks like it could be a stamp, a postage stamp, you know? That's how precise, intricate, and neat and clean this is.
And what's interesting, too, is it obviously comes from a photograph.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Here's the
That's the
photograph here.
photograph that's attached to it.
Perfect.
And that's the photograph rendered to an acrylic surface, which, frankly, is more beautiful than the original.
Okay,
Quick
now-
question. Do you have any secrets that you can't reveal about how you do this kind of thing here? It's like, because, artists don't really tell all their secrets, so I'm pretty sure there's some kind of secrets to
Two
this.
can keep a secret,
Yes,
but I'd have
I
to
do
kill
have some
him.
secrets.
And don't make me do that tonight. That's my homeboy.
But this piece is actually the aluminum metal. This is the metal, yes.
That's metal.
And the good thing about the metal is it is a lifelong lasting,
permanent.
and it does not fade.
Here's the back.
Oh,
Yes,
okay. I can
and-
see it now.
Yes, and then
the
it's
back.
ready to hang.
Ready to hang.
And this can also be
with
framed.
a wood border on the back.
Now, I know you're a sponsor, and I know some of this may sound like me gloating because you're a sponsor, but the fact of the matter is that is completely unique, absolutely beautiful, and worth all $10,000 it costs to make that.
Thank you.
How much did it cost?
$10,000.
All right. Well, before you get to that,
I like that.
you can speak to your pricing. I know it's customized.
Yes, it is.
Right, of course. You work with families, so you may have someone who has a relative who they want to commemorate with one of these type of renditions, and perhaps you'll meet them where they're at, or no, it costs $10,000, $10,000.
We could do better than
Right.
10,000
Okay.
right now. Yeah.
Maybe not now, but is it safe to talk about prices maybe a little later in the show? Or if you feel open to it?
Keep it
Yes. No, I can talk about prices.
Okay, so let's talk about that one if you don't mind.
Right
What would
now.
that cost?
Well, this is 16 by 20. I actually have this art piece online. Oh, that's a good question. I believe that one is $225 right now.
Permanent.
Yes, $225.
Never has to be replaced.
Right.
On metal. Completely unique and way better than that picture of your granddad sitting in a frame in your mom and them house.
Right, exactly.
Right. Amazing.
And again, like I said, it can also be framed as well.
What's really cool about it is the way that you've got it mounted. It sits off the wall a
Yes.
bit, so it gives it depth,
Right,
which is really cool.
exactly.
And many thanks to Ecor, our handsome model for tonight. Yeah, one more time, let's give that a nice look. Wow. And I see you, once again, you brought your little sister with you tonight. What's up, little sis? Over there giggling, ain't saying nothing. She's so shy, these kids today. Anyway. All right, so that's metal. And then we have these other mediums. Now, right immediately behind you, that's apparently your twin. Because when I saw that, I thought that was you.
This is my mother.
It's amazing.
That's you.
Yeah,
That's not her.
Yes.
right. I swear,
That's my mom.
and before I met you, Ardina,
He said sister.
yeah, well, you got to bring it back this way. Turn it towards me a little bit. Yep, there you go. A little lower. There you go. Before I met you, I vet people. I'll hear about them, and all I need is your email address. If it's a .com, I'm going to find out more about that person. If I got your first and last name, then I'm taking it to Facebook. Let me see what they look like, and blah, blah, blah. And I remember seeing that first. And I think maybe a Facebook picture. And I
Okay.
said, wow, that sister is really beautiful. Wow, that's amazing. And then, of course, I did a little research, I guess, from which you might have posted here or there, both your website and Facebook. I'm like, okay, amazing work.
Thank you.
But I really did not know until actually when you came in the last time that you told me that's your mom.
Yes, that's my mom.
Y'all are like twins.
And I actually took that picture last year.
And is that a
Last
photograph?
year. This is from a photograph.
Wow.
Yes, it's.
that was your sister for real.
So this is called digital painting.
Let's talk about that, digital
Yes,
painting, because
digital
that's
painting.
unique in and of itself. Because, of course, you could very easily scribble Ardina Brooks on the bottom of it, put a date, and
Oh,
people
yeah.
have thought you have painted that
Sure,
yourself. Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, this starts with a photograph, and I bring it into a few softwares actually. But the first one is a painting software, so it is called digital painting, and you use digital brushes in order to get that painting effect. So it is actually painted, and then it's printed on canvas, and we do some art finishing touches for it.
Very
And,
nice.
That's the digital painting.
And that's part of the montage that we present when we show your commercial, is that very same piece right there. And it's original, having been derived from a photograph, which is quite
Right.
amazing.
Right.
All right. All right. So there is a piece immediately to the right of that. And once again, our debonair model will help bring this to the forefront. And that's a perfect position right there. Explain this one to us.
Okay, this is a collage, which is printed on metal. This is the aluminum metal. And this is also a photograph. They're all photographs.
Mm-hmm.
But the middle picture is my mom.
Hey, you know,
My
so
beautiful mom.
You're taking this job way too seriously. You don't have to wave the hands. That's getting a little creepy. You leave the hand gestures off. No, but I'm sorry. Your mom in the middle.
Yes.
And the
then
many
these-
generations of the
yes,
family.
These are her grandchildren.
Oh man.
Did I say grandchildren? I did. These are her great grandchildren. Great grandchildren, yes.
And for you grandmas out there, and in case you ladies didn't know, one of the fastest growing groups of users on the internet are seniors. Silver foxes are really getting on the web. Forgive me for saying, but it's the hottest thing since sliced bread.
Okay.
I mean,
Would that be the baby boomers?
No, seniors.
Seniors.
Yeah.
Oh, the next went up.
Right. And, you know, they're either in centers or they go to community centers where they meet with their friends and hang out. And there are computers there and they take classes. And before you know it, all the incredible things that they'd have to wait for snail mail to deliver in terms of photographs and stuff like that, they can literally get online and see their relatives. I mean, their grandkids and stuff like that.
Right.
So they're out there watching us, and this is why I bring that up. As one of the fastest growing groups who are starting to get on the internet more are seniors and silvers, right?
Wow.
The grown and sexy. Let's keep it real. Now, all you seniors out there who are watching the show tonight, I know you see this. Imagine submitting your favorite pictures simply by going to Designs by Ardina, designsbyardina.com, and their local will give out the number as well, and submitting your favorite photographs. She will put together a collage of all your favorite grandbabies. Make sure you don't leave off any. And that is amazing. It really transforms, and I know you do some of this too, and we'll talk about this later, how you display your favorite photographs in your home. Because people still want those hard copies.
Right.
And again, you can have the shelf filled with all those little pictures. But that is outstanding,
Thank you.
meaning that it stands out.
Here's a great idea. Here's a great idea.
You need a microphone.
Here's a great idea for you, Miss Ardina, if you don't mind me suggesting.
Yes, sir.
Okay. How about taking small portrait, like type of pictures like such as this, right, with magnets on the back of it, and you can place the same pictures
Oh,
on here because
wow.
it's metal. You can place magnets on there, magnet pictures.
Wow. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
To create a
that's
collage.
cool.
Magnetic pictures the same way. like
Yeah,
you
and
do
the
this.
good thing about
And
that
then create-
as
just
you
have a
add
blank-
on to the,
have a
yeah.
blank board and just create
And
a
you know,
page.
Ardina, I was just sitting there thinking, what you gonna tell her? She's
She
the
just
expert.
came up with,
But
and
not
mom just came up with
that.
another idea. Mom just said, and then you can replace the magnetic ones with, as the children grow and they age, they can
Right.
just keep the blank slate here and just keep placing those on there as time goes on.
Right? They go to jail or something.
So she'll be paying us later on down the line. when she creates it. She'll be paying us, Mom.
No, that's
If they fall out with you, yeah, I'm taking you off the.
Creative wheel just always spin when I see great stuff.
No,
so.
That
that's
is
an
amazing.
excellent
Dude. Beautiful,
idea.
beautiful, man, beautiful.
excellent.
All right.
I'll look into that. Thank you.
Now, let me see. Here's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to take a quick break so we can swing the cameras a little tighter because you've got all of this other great artwork and framed artwork and amazing photography that you've adorned our studio with tonight, and we're not quite done. Can you believe it's already been 35 minutes and we're not even halfway through your collection here?
Cool.
We'll be talking more with Ardina about her services, her business. But before we go to the break, give them the website and the phone number.
The website is www.designsbyardina.com. The phone number is 323-455-1251.
And we're going to work it out right after the break. After the break, we'll be coming back and looking at more of this amazing artwork. So don't go away. LA Talk Live, special edition of Speak On It, special presentation provided and sponsored by Designs by Ardina. Stay tuned.
We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
Designs by Ardina, preserving heritage and building legacies through art. Turn your favorite photos into personalized, one-of-a-kind, customized artwork. Designs by Ardina offers innovative and creative options for printing on aluminum, acrylic, canvas, with custom framing and matting services available upon request. Designs by Ardina also offers photo restoration, portrait art, digital photo albums, and even basic business printing services. For more information and a customized quote, visit www.designsbyardina.com. That's www.designsbyardina.com. Or call 323-455-1251. That's 323-455-1251. Designs by Ardina, proud sponsors of LA Talk Live and the Talk Live Broadcast Network.
Hi, this is Dr. J, inviting you to join us every Tuesdays at 11 a.m. for the Happy Health Radio Show. Join us as we discuss issues affecting your health and well-being, where we listen, analyze, and talk with a heart. So don't forget to tune into Happy Health Radio Show every Tuesdays at 11 a.m., exclusively on latalklive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B, Radio Flag, TuneIn Radio, Live 365, AHA Radio, TiVo Radio, and Apple TV Radio. Or just watch and listen directly at latalklive.com. Reality radio, handcrafted for your listening and viewing pleasure. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
And we're back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to a Monday night edition of Speak On It, Say It, Own It, Believe It with yours truly, your humble host, Richard Carr, and our lovely sponsor, Ardina Brooks joins us, the CEO, founder, and the everything of Designs by Ardina. Visit their website, designsbyardina.com. Give them a call today, 323-455-1251. Ardina joins us live in our studios of LA Talk Live with her posse. And we've also got the debonair, E. Corder Wolf, who's modeling all of this incredible, beautiful artwork that Ardina has adorned our studio with tonight. I knew this would be a fun and fantastic show, and it's turned out to be every part of that. All right, so as we move on through your product line, we have here somebody's boyfriend is on the camera with you right now.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about this work you have in front of us. And keeping in mind, we've got a show called Veterans Day Live. And when I saw this piece on your website, I was most moved by it, and I knew you would be a perfect match for our network with all the diversity that we have, and especially for you folks out there who have veterans. And salute to all the vets, all those brave vets who are here and gone. This is a great way to memorialize them and commemorate them. Tell us a little bit about this.
Yes, absolutely. So this is also called a collage and also a composite, because it's not only 2 photographs in here, but it's also other images, which is the flag that you see in the background. The top part, it was taking in the administration building of the White House. And then I also have a letter at the bottom that actually came from President Obama.
Wow.
Yes.
That's actually signed?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, it is. Yes.
So that's worth some money.
Okay.
Ecor, run!
But this guy in this picture, yes, my boyfriend. This is my dad. This is
I
my
hear that.
father. Yes.
Now, the medium is?
The medium is acrylic.
This is the acrylic.
This is the acrylic.
You might have
piece.
mentioned that.
Yes.
I can see that. And what's interesting about the acrylic, as much as I love the aluminum metal, which I want some of that, the acrylic, because it's, it's like glass.
Right.
It's see-through, of course, it's completely transparent, but it gives it even a deeper sense of depth.
Right.
Because the image is behind or on the back of
Right.
the actual medium
Right.
itself. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so that gives it sort of a 3D viewing.
Mm-hmm.
My grandmother, which is his mother, says his eyes follow you everywhere you go. So I don't know if that has something to do with
He's
the glass.
looking at me right now.
Yeah. And honestly, if you turn it around, no matter
He's
how
still
you turn
looking
it
at me.
around, it's like he's still looking. It's really weird. So
Wow.
that could be
That
have
is
something
amazing.
to do with
Yes.
the acrylic. But this is also very durable, just like the aluminum.
Lasts forever.
Yes.
Man.
And it's beautiful.
Any
I love
can we talk again? You said it was okay to maybe mention pricing if it's okay.
Okay, so the acrylic is a little more expensive.
Understood.
This piece would be about $350.
All of that.
Yes.
$250 for the aluminum metal.
Right.
Right.
two-
And then even in this case, $350 for something like that. That's nothing.
Yeah.
Who would think twice even about paying for that? Because it's more than just, okay, there's a picture slapped to the back of some, plastic, thick
Right.
plastic,
Right.
plexiglass or whatever. This is you actually doing rendering, because you take multiple images. I'm a Photoshop user too. We call them
Okay.
layers.
Okay. Yeah.
A little trade secret. Eco wanted to know some secrets. They call them layers.
That's right.
Anyway, in Photoshop. But this is you actually putting in time as an artist. And
Right.
you mentioned earlier in the show,
Right.
you are a student and graduate of a very fine art school,
Yes.
Art Institute of L.A.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So that's not just, again, you just getting some pictures and pasting them on the back of a
Right.
medium. You actually have gone into this artwork, and even beyond the effort of pulling together these multiple layers of images as a collage presentation, you've actually probably done some really crafty work with retouch and
Yes.
stuff like that to really
Absolutely.
make the piece immemorial.
Right.
Right.
And the only thing about throwing,
Timeless,
not
I should
throwing,
say.
but putting those prices out there, it does vary.
Sure.
Because it depends on how much work needs to be done to
That's
the
important to point
individual
out.
photos.
Mhm.
Yes.
Say that again. It's important to know.
It's important to know how much work needs to be done to the actual photographs to pull it together. Yes.
How long does it take to make a piece like this, put this together?
Brilliant question.
And again, that does depend on how much work needs to be done to the photos. Because first of all, they have to be scanned in. And then there's treatment done to it, like color correction, enhancing colors. If there's people, then I actually go in and do retouching to their face, which is their eyes, their facial
Lift them bags.
toning. Yes,
Smooth out them
lifting,
wrinkles.
Exactly.
Photoshop.
Absolutely. Yes.
So, how long did it take you to finish this or complete this particular piece right here?
Well, only because it was a process. I actually worked on this when my father passed. So I actually did a collage first, and then I took the collage and then took pictures out and did this. So, but because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's about 5, 6 pictures that I have here. I would say this is probably about 5, 6 hours worth of work minimum.
And this is, in fact,
That's
it
a
appears
work
from
day.
here, a piece that you have taken the time to signature and date, it seems. Is that what I'm
Right.
seeing on the bottom right-hand corner? What does that
Yes,
say down there?
I did. At the bottom, I have Ardina Brooks, DBA, Designs by Ardina, 2015.
There we go.
Right.
So you've
Right.
made this piece timeless in and of your own
Right.
interest, yeah. That is absolutely fantastic. That's I need a sign like that in the studio.
So her
for
DBA
Talk
is
Live.
DBA. Doing business as.
Designs by Ardina.
Designs by Ardina.
Yes.
I didn't even pick up on that. Brilliant deduction,
That's
Watson.
why I'm at LA Talk Live with you, man. Come on, man.
Brilliant deduction.
Creative wheels always spinning.
Wow.
And also, Ecor, can I say real quickly?
Okay.
Well, first of all, his father is legendary, and so is he as an artist and performer, both in music, stage, and screen. This young man right here. Ecor is his stage name, which is Rocky Backwards.
Oh, okay.
His show, Ecor the Wolf, is Rocky, is R-O-K-K-I, so it's Ecor, Rocky
Okay,
backwards, and then
okay.
Wolf is Flow backwards, right? So, and he is, aside from being an incredible producer and executive here at LA Talk Live, he's also the host and executive producer of The Wolf's Den, first Fridays of every month, coming up this Friday at 8 p.m., shameless plug, Pacific time here on LA Talk Live. But he's our official proofreader. He don't miss
Oh, wow.
a beat when it comes to spelling.
That's Fisk University.
Yep.
Thanks to them.
Shout to Fisk.
Shout out
Yeah.
for this.
And so that's why you picked it up and I didn't. Duh.
Wow.
He's really good. He's a
Neither did
wordsmith.
I.
About that. You never, come on, Ardina.
No, for real. DBA.
Yeah, Designs by Ardina. What's my DBA? My DBA, like you said, is my DBA. It is DBA.
Wow.
All right. So, man, time is really rushing by. I know you ladies have got to go. You all have dates. We've already established that. It ruins my night. But I want to take some time out. If there's anything else, no, we're good. Because I've got some shots over here of these lovely young ladies. We can't quite see that artwork behind you, but if yeah, I got you. And you've got a couple of different other pieces back here, and right here. That's fine. We're seeing some of that. Just my camera, folks. This is Reality Radio, handcrafted for your listening and viewing pleasure. You've got some wall art designs, so you do that. And I saw that on your website. Again, designsbyardina.com. So that means you actually will go into the house and show people what looks good on the wall.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
I wouldn't have had to take my holocord door and paint on it to make
That's right.
some wall designs. That's fabulous.
Yes, and I call that interior wall design.
I'm seeing that.
As well. Yes.
Up a little higher, you let me see.
The name right there, wall
Yeah.
design.
Uh-huh.
Wall art design.
And this is the same treatment in a sense. It still starts with a photograph. All of these,
Amazing.
all of the artwork here are actually photographs that I took from the flower to the sand dunes and oh my gosh, I can't remember it. Death Valley. That was in Death Valley. and then my granddaughters at the top. We were just standing in line at Disney, and these are examples of how you can turn a photograph into art.
And that would be your own photographs. That means
Yes.
with your iPhones, they could email you over a JPEG, and maybe you could doctor it a little bit for your magic of Photoshop.
I prefer, honestly,
Really?
not to
Print?
use from the cell phones.
Do you prefer print or digital camera?
A digital.
Okay, very good.
Yes, yes. Only because the resolution is usually low.
Mm-hmm.
If they know what they're doing and they do take high
Okay.
resolution photos,
Very
then
good
we
point.
can do that.
Mm-hmm.
How about an old school Polaroid, just in case?
Oh, well,
She can scan it.
I can scan it.
She
Absolutely.
can take your granddaddy's black and white, picture. And
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, let's
Yeah.
put that one up. That's the one.
Right. Yeah. So can we? Yeah, that would be really cool. And we'll move on because you also do photographic portrait art. We're going to come back to some of that. We've got a lot moving around here in the studio, so you folks out there in our audience, please bear with us. This one is the one. I got to agree with you there, Ecor, because, man, this take me back to the good old days of my mom and them. And some good old Sam Cooke and the smell of chicken frying from the kitchen. And some cold Miller beer in the can.
My family was poor. We were poor.
Word. All right, so wait a minute now. Let's talk a little bit about this this portrait here. This is another collage of images that you certainly laid your magic to. All black and white, but with a bit of a sepia tone to it. Looks like you put a little some of that on it.
Yes.
And then let's talk about the people in this image. I got it, Rock. Pull it.
Can you see her still?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I
Pull
first
it
like
out
to.
that way a little bit more.
I would
Yeah.
first like to thank Renee Jones for
Renee, thank
coming
you.
and supporting me.
Oh, yeah.
This was an art piece that
Rousing
I
round
did.
of applause. Thank you for sharing this with us as well.
Yes, this was an art piece that I did for her, and this is her family. And I would really like for her to say something. Go ahead.
Oh, there she goes.
Child, what am I going to say? Come on, woman, get up in there and say something about your family now.
First of all, I'd like to thank Ardina for bringing me in at the surprise moment. This is my seasoned family, all of which are military and deceased, except for a few of the boys. But my dad on the far left, she did an incredible job with his left eye. It was closed. He had a cataract. And she called me and told me, she said, I'm having a time with his eye. I can't seem to get it open. And I just told her it's because he had a cataract and that's where he was born. Up until time before he died, it was open, and she opened it before I knew it in a picture we had never had. And much to my surprise, I just had her to do something for me, and she did this collage that was like, this is the first time I've ever brought it out of the house.
Wow.
And I've just been
Be very, very careful.
waiting for her to do a picture for me and my sister. She did one of my mom and dad together. All three here are deceased at this time. This is my older brother and my mom and my dad. These are the other family members. My brothers all military as myself. They're all veterans from Army to Navy to Marine Corps as myself. And this is history.
Okay, so let's take a moment there, Renee. First of all, may I ask, what part of the country are you from?
I'm from Louisville, Kentucky.
All right. Because I swear your dad looks familiar to me.
From
I swear he
Louisiana,
does.
and we have Alabama.
Well, my father's from Monroe.
Well, we're Alabamans.
Okay, all right. All right, so, and, but you're military. I never say ex because you're military for life. You may be out, but that doesn't matter.
No.
We have a show called Veterans Day Live, and it's on hiatus right now. We're going to be bringing it back, I think, in April. And every third Sunday, which is when the show is, Sundays at 2, it's all about women from the military. And it's all sisters, all women, not just black, but all, the entire diaspora of the U.S. military. join around this table to talk about their mutual experiences and how they can help other women from the military. I've heard some very provocative stories about what women are going through now, rotating out from the military. And one of the hosts of that show was a 23, 24-year veteran of the U.S. Army. And you were Army or Marines?
Marine Corps.
I knew you was tough. Knew you was tough. All right, I think this is one of your Marine Corps buddies calling us right now. Though they've been very patient. I've been seeing this call for quite some time. I wanted to get this caller in the line. Caller, I hope you're not calling just to listen, because all you had to do is go to your computer to do that. So from the 702, what's your name and where you calling from?
My name is Jeremy Brooks.
Oh.
And I'm calling from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Hey, man, none of that stuff I said about marrying her was true, man. I was just on this show trying to make the show more interesting and entertaining. I know this your woman, man. I apologize, man, so please forgive me. Didn't mean nothing I said. But thank you for joining us all the way from Vegas.
That's my youngest son.
Word?
That's my youngest son.
Who's saying that?
Yeah, Jeremy.
Oh, shucks.
Yes.
All right, well.
Hi, Jeremy. Thank you for calling.
What's up, son?
New York. I'm good, man. How you doing?
Real good. Are you watching?
No, I was watching, and I wanted to call because I tried to call before.
Oh, you was on your phone watching, I gather.
Yes.
Word.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
I can see everything.
See, these young people today, they smart. They use their smartphones as smart devices, and they get on the phone, and you can watch everything we're doing here. So, hey, spread the word on that. I appreciate that, man.
Definitely. I had to, promote it and put it out there and, let everybody know on my Facebook. I got a lot of people on my Facebook, so, I just had to throw it out there, let them know, come support, All
right, so Jeremy, real quick question, man. Does the name Chef D ring a bell to you?
You said Chef
D, yeah.
Chef D.
Yeah, he's a chef out there in Vegas. I believe.
You know what?
Mm-hmm.
I've heard of it, but it's not ringing good enough for me to be like, yeah, I got it.
He's got seasonings and stuff on the shelves of stores out there in Vegas. He's a young, brilliant black chef based out of Vegas. He's a good friend of ours from LA Talk Live. Goes way back to 2009, 2010 with us. How about Ben Heron Jr.? That name ring a bell?
No, doesn't ring a bell.
How about Kathy Cash?
A little bit.
Your mama don't let you out the house at all, does she? even all the way down here in Vegas, your mama like, boy, where you at? You better get your tail home. Dang, man, you don't get out at all.
And he's in culinary. He went to culinary school, too.
Oh, then I've got to hook you up with Chef D. Chef, is it Delish? I forget what his company name is. It escapes me just that fast. But I'm definitely going to hook y'all up together. Because Chef D is in Vegas. Has his own seasoning line, the whole nine. Really good down-to-earth brother. And Kathy Cash is one of our broadcasters. Believe it or not, she drops all the way up from Vegas once a month and broadcasts one live show, records 2 other shows through our network. And she's also on Beasley, some little dinky network down there in Vegas. I don't know who they are.
Yeah.
Never heard of them before. Excuse me. All that said.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? My work is a little different. Oh,
yeah.
Hi, baby doll. I love you.
Hey, Jeremy, tell the truth. Is that your daughter?
Yeah, it's my daughter. She just took over.
Tell the truth. She actually was the one that found us on the phone, wasn't she? Tell the truth, it wasn't really you. She's like, give me the phone, Daddy. I got it. Right to the station.
All right. Awesome.
Beautiful
Love you.
thing.
Thank you so much for calling in.
Well, wait, before you go,
for
hold up. Before you go, let's let the little one get on the phone and say hi to Grandma.
Hi, Booby. How you doing? I love you.
I love you.
And I miss you.
Jeremy, would you like to give some shouts to your moms and them before you go?
I actually do a big shout out to my mother, and she's doing great things. She's been doing this artwork for a long time, and I coming from a different perspective, I've seen her, just late night hours. I've seen her start doing this and seen her grow, from years ago, and I really, with my father passing, and everything. You know, she was doing it a little bit before, but she just really just grinded her gears and got into it and started going hard. You know, and she went to school, and it was I was the one that saw everything. You know, and watched her go through. And pull through, take care of my father while he was sick, you know, just do everything, you know. So it's a big thing, and I understand that there's a story to everybody's success and everything, but I was there, you know, and so I just want to give a shout out to her for pulling through and watching her blossom, you know, and becoming who she's called to be, definitely.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
also my granny. I saw you on there.
She all in the cut. She all shy. I got to adjust the cameras 4-5 times to get her on. She's such a big star, man. I got to keep adjusting the cameras. All right. Jeremy, thank you so much for calling in and supporting, brother. And spread the word. You know, we're LATalkLive.com, we're AmericaTalkLive.com, but we're also LasVegasTalkLive.com. So we own all these URLs in an effort to self-syndicate ourselves and stake our flag in different territories. So be sure to spread the word about us, man, from Vegas to LA. And I will definitely be in touch with your moms to connect you up with Chef D, man, down there, because he's doing some big things in Vegas. And got to get you connected with Kathy Cash. What, you in one of the casinos cooking?
No, I'm a musician, man. I play drums.
But
yes,
you say
and I'm working at the Cosmopolitan. I'm doing an actual program show at Rose Rabbit Lives, one of the main shows actually in the Cosmopolitan. So but I play drum. I'm a drummer. I play drums, percussion. I do a lot of that. I've been doing it all my life. So I wasn't trying to put my information out there because it's all about art. So you know, I just had to say that. I did go to school to become a chef, but I've been a musician all my life. So that's what I'm doing right now.
That's the best of both worlds, man. You got it good down there.
Cook and play.
Yeah, cook and play.
Playing, cooking, and cooking, playing.
Yeah, man. Well, thanks once again for joining us, my brother. Hey, listen, this is live to tape. So we're taping this as we're doing it, so you'll be able to go back and watch this in perpetuity and let your youngin' know that she has been permanently memorialized in this celebration here tonight, in this special presentation here for Designs by Ardina. So once again, thank you, man, for joining us.
Yes, thank you. Yeah. I love you.
Oh, I love you too.
All right, sweetie.
We'll see you guys later, man. Thank you so much. Wow, that's super cool. You are loved. All right, so believe it or not, what I thought was probably going to wind up just being 30 minutes because, she might be nervous, you never know, has actually become an hour and 2 minutes. But let's take a few more minutes. Okay. I'm not going to sell the audience short. A few more comments about some of the work you do. We're beyond being able to display it now because it's gotten too late. Photo restoration, I wanted to cover that, and I actually have an image that I can put up from over here of this beautiful young dancer from a original black and white photographic image, and the image will come up here shortly, to something that, again, you've put a little flavor on. Can you tell us a little bit about this image?
Yes, that happens to be my aunt. She's my inspiration in art. She's
Nice.
a dancer and an artist. And
What's up, Auntie?
And it's also my mother's sister. Definitely in the arts. Yes, this was a black and white photo. Someone had signed it. She also had a hat on. I'm not sure if you can see that. But what I did was take that black and white photo and turn it into a color image. And I did what's called photographic art. So there's some designing and some retouching and some
some restoration, no doubt.
And restoration, absolutely.
And
yes.
Excellent
Yes.
job with the
Yes.
Photoshop. To remove the hat from her head, you did?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Wow, you're good. Well, that's a good education. Get you. All right. I want to talk a little bit about some of the other services you provide as a business owner. It's not just this amazing work. So folks out there who are listening and watching, even though you may be completely blown away by what you've seen, if you own a business, you need some flyers, you need some postcards, you need some business cards, whatever your printing needs. You also do that as well. Talk about it.
Yes, and I call that just basic business services. We do logos, business cards, letterhead, envelopes, and brochures.
All right, there we go. No obituaries, nothing like that?
Yes, we can do obituaries as well.
All right.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Because I can see this being a perfect marriage to someone who has lost a loved one.
Right.
And it's almost one-stop shopping.
Right.
You know, they can come in and, come in for the obituary.
Yes, absolutely.
But then realize that you can take something that they've cherished all their lives. There's always that one image.
Yes.
For every single human being, a photograph is worth 1,000 words.
Yes.
But it's also worth 1,000 memories, to one individual. And it's always that one. There's several of them. Am I wrong?
No, you're right. You're absolutely
Am I weird?
right.
Do I have that one photograph of my mom and them?
No, you're absolutely right.
And I just need to let it go? No, right?
No.
Everybody's got that one, man, that they, from the time you met that person or the time that they departed from your life, either to the next realm or just to the next, person, whatever.
Right.
It's just that one photograph, man, that you just hold on to.
Right, exactly.
So someone out there who may be experiencing, the passing of a loved one, once again, you bring that photograph in, you may be looking to get an obituary done, but Ardina can do so much more for you to help you through that process. And last and certainly not least, for all you parents out there, we do a sports show, and Ardina, you and I have both talked about the work that you do in helping to commemorate sports moments, both for families and professionals. I'm going to be pulling up some of those images as soon as I possibly can. A little bit about your work with folks who got kids in sports or, a husband or whatever.
Right. No, I think this is also a great way to not just memorialize, but a way of displaying your heritage. It's something that your kids, as they grow, something that you'll be able to either pass down to them or even to your grandchildren. So I have actually taken, and this is my granddaughter, and she is very athletic. She was playing baseball at the time. She's now playing basketball. And
there she is now. No, it's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I know it's a girl.
Yes, and that one is Magic.
And that's something. Exactly. Magic Johnson. Something you were commissioned to do, more or less.
Yes.
Right.
My therapist, physical therapist, was a photographer back during the golden years, and he took many photos of Magic and Jordan, West. Get his first name.
Jerry West.
Jerry West, yes.
The greats.
Jabbar. Yes, he had some beautiful photos. And he allowed me to do some artwork to some of the photos.
And this is actually his photograph.
Yes.
It's important to point that out.
Photographs, yes. His
Magic.
name is, yes.
It's important to let you know that. This is an individual's privately owned photograph, but you've been able to render that. And what medium have you applied that one to?
This would be photographic pop, what I call photographic pop art, because I have to actually bring out the colors. And this was scanned from a book.
Wow.
Not from a photograph, but from a book. So a little bit more work had to go into that to actually bring out the colors. So I did with a little extreme color just to give it that look.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's printed to or mounted to?
That one is printed on photographic paper.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
I'd love to see that on acrylic.
And the photographer is Stephen Roseborough.
Okay.
I want to give him a shout out.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I want to move on to wrapping out the show and giving out your details and giving you the final words to talk about how you render this service, how you can help people. I'm sorry, I kind of had to think for a moment because the way that your work impresses me and makes me think all the things that I could do with some of these old photographs that I have, some of which have been lost over time as you move about in your life. Others that you like, I can't lose this one. For me and my dad standing on the step outside of the house that he had just bought. I'm straight up talking old school. I'm gonna show it to you. I'm gonna bring tears to your eyes. My father has passed on too.
Okay.
But beyond that, just the way that your work impresses me. It's more than just, you're a service provider. People own businesses and they're in it for the money. You can really touch people's lives with this. And as you brought Renee in to talk about the montage you put together for her and framed beautifully, I gather. Right?
Yes.
I want to give you those final words to talk about what it means to you to offer these services. But before you do, let's get to the details about your web address and your phone number.
My web address is designsbyardina.com, and the phone number is 323-455-1251.
Say it again for those slow to the pen.
That's designsbyardina.com, phone number 323-455-1251.
All right. In the waning moments of the show, Ardina, I want you to talk about what this means to you. Because you're meeting people like Renee, who is one of your clients. And I know it's more than just a casual business exchange. I can tell that she would take time out of a Monday night to come down here at 5 o'clock and brave the traffic. Thank you so much, Renee, for joining us as well and sharing your story about the beautiful collage portrait that you brought in tonight. But for our listeners out there, tell them who you really are and what it means to you to provide this service.
This service is actually a ministry.
Speak on it.
It didn't start out to be a ministry. It started out just doing my art and loving what I do. But I found that, it really touches people's hearts when they actually get the artwork. And and it touches mine too. Because the pictures, a lot of times the pictures are people that have passed. And families want to remember their loved ones, and they want it presented in a beautiful, fashionable way. So I get the opportunity to do that. A lot of pictures are cracked. Parts are missing from the photographs. Most of the time I'm able to restore them. And when people see them, my joy is their face when they go, wow, or they have tears. And Renee was one of my clients that was so thankful beyond what I could even express. And it means so much to them. So it gives me an opportunity to impart into people's lives.
A bit of joy, a bit of permanent joy. Yeah. Before we go, you've got one more over your right shoulder.
Okay.
Who is that?
That's my oldest grandson. That's Sean. And actually, the photographer would be Juanita Terry, which is my mother, up in Seattle, Washington.
Oh, you keeping secrets, huh? Okay.
And yes, I love these types of shots because they're not posed. And they have some element of emotion in them. I have no idea what he was thinking about. But that's my joy as well. To catch people in photographs where they're in the moment.
Pensive, thoughtful.
In the moment.
I do that as well. Okay. It is the repressed artist in me. After shows, people often ask me, hey, hit my phone, take a picture. And what I'll do is, as soon as they hand me the phone and I'm clear from the board, I'll start snapping pictures of them moving towards each other, little by little, and turning to each other and laughing and, and then they'll pose and I'll snap a bunch of them. By the time it's done, I've snapped off 10. And it's the ones that they pose for that I think they're going to keep, and there's these whole other ones of them just completely naturally interacting.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I like that you've done that. That is beautiful. So give him a shout. What's his name?
That is Sean Adams. That's
all right, Sean.
Sir Sean Adams. Sir Deshaun.
All right. So you've been memorialized on this show as well by having this incredible image presented here. And I got to tell you, man, the depth of the color and the textures that you presented in that, it is from painting, it is from photo to a painting now. It's so much more contrast in there.
And this would also be a sample of photo pop art.
Photo pop art, very good. Ardina,
Yes.
This has been quite an experience with you, young lady. I got to tell you. Man, I hope you've had a nice time.
I did. Thank you for having me.
To both of you other young ladies, your posse that you brought in tonight, Renee and little sis, you must be incredibly proud, Ma. You should be. Yeah. I'm proud of her as well. And I thank you very much for your support.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Of our humble station. Indeed. So that's it for tonight. Any final words?
I would love for, if you're interested, to visit my website. Again, designsbyardina.com, or call me at 323-455-1251. I would love to design your photos for you.
Renee, say good night to somebody out there who you love.
That's my brother.
Say it again.
Good night, Sam.
And we salute you, Renee.
Thank
My
you.
sister, please come back for that Veterans Day show.
I promise.
Little sis, any words? Yeah, grab that. Oh, you ready to grab that microphone now? Huh? Look at you.
No, not really.
All right.
I'll say good night to Miss Leona Barnes, Ardina's grandmother.
All right.
She will be 100 years old in several months from now.
Whoa.
In July. July 18th.
July 18th.
Wow.
That's right. Oh, my gosh.
All right, ladies, so we thank you so much for coming through. Once again, thank you, Ardina. Designsbyardina.com. Please be sure to give her a call. Give them the number one more time, Ardina.
That would be 323-455-1251.
There we go. We're going to have you back again.
All right,
This was a
thank
special
you.
presentation. It was virtually an opportunity to completely spotlight everything you do. This is a unique business for you to be in. And it may not always be easy in this crazy world of the internet and Facebook and a website alone. That's why we have this platform for people out there who have small businesses and not such big budgets to promote your business, but need that extra push beyond just a commercial running on the air with everybody else's stuff, that extra push to give you, our listeners and our viewers out there, an opportunity to see who you're doing business with, whether you're local or abroad, because you also provide shipping.
Yes.
Right.
I do.
So
Yes.
anywhere in the country, anywhere in the globe,
Anywhere in the world.
anywhere you're seeing this, please visit designsbyardina.com. I got to tell you once again, sister, thank you so much. That's it?
Yes.
Everybody?
Thank you.
We're done?
Yes.
I want to give special thanks to our debonair model tonight, E-Quarter Wolf. Be sure to tune in this Friday, first Friday of April, April 1st, for another live episode of The Wolf's Den with E-Quarter Wolf, live performances. You know how we go down. Ow! Tune in for show. And we'll see you next time, folks. Be safe.
Thank you for tuning in to LA Talk Live, reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we're more than just talk.